So Hugh Jackman is also in the news because something else happened in his life. Very quickly, we talked about it on Friday, but we got to dive into it just a little bit more. And that leads me to our featured story of the night. Everybody, I want to talk about Hugh Jackman, and unfortunately, we're talking some praise and some great things that happened in his life coming back as Wolverine, but a bad thing that happened to him right now is he's getting divorced. So he's getting divorced after 27 years. I mean, this is wild because people online are being like, their hearts are broken. They're like, oh my God, Hugh Jackman's getting divorced. Like, how are we going to survive? I've seen a lot of weird tweets and stuff on X about it. But Hugh Jackman and Deborah Lee Furness are getting divorced. They have 2 kids they actually adopted, and they have a lovely family, and they've been, in love for years. But apparently they're saying the past 6 months, they've been having some problems. And then the past 3 months, it really started getting worse. Of course, he was on tour doing the Music Man, and she used to go all the time to rehearsals. She'd show up too and like always support him, but apparently she wasn't showing up to rehearsals in the past 6 months. She kind of like started falling asleep. People are like, she's falling asleep during his rehearsals, and he was getting mad about that. I don't know if that's true. That just sounds like really weird gossip to me. It sounds ridiculous. But they put a joint statement out saying that we have been blessed to share almost 3 decades together as husband and wife in a wonderful, loving marriage. Our journey now is shifting, and we have decided to separate to pursue our individual growth. Now he's 54 and she's 67 right now. And a source claims that they just were falling apart for months. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's just one of those things that you think you know people, and then because you see them in the news and you see what they're doing, like, and you talk about how in love they are, but you don't really know what's happening behind closed doors. And I was talking about in Hollywood all the time, people's schedules sometimes just like tear them apart. I mean, the past 6 months, he was probably training to be Wolverine. Maybe the whole idea of getting, of him being so dedicated, she just doesn't want to do that anymore. And she sees like maybe he's so into his role, she doesn't want to do it. I don't know, but maybe it's something else. Can people actually survive in Hollywood? That's my question, Fast. Can you actually survive in a marriage? Is it gonna happen, or are you all doomed, even if it's a perfect marriage, to get divorced? What do you think, Sabrina?
I don't know. I feel like this is not like a normal discussion about people in Hollywood divorcing. They were together for 27 years, married for 27 years, let alone the time that they were together before that when they fell in love. So, I don't want to, throw any shade, or I don't think it has anything to do with Hollywood. I don't think it has anything to do with like the normal things that people are married for 5 minutes, like deal with and do. Like, I think he's, I've worked with him. I worked a whole show with him. He's an amazing person. They had a very successful marriage for 27 years. Like, I don't, sometimes things just happen or you grow apart, or I don't know. I don't know. And I don't want to speculate. And I wish them both the best, honestly.
Yeah, it's a sad day for them. It's a sad day for people who are feeling that way too. That it's like, well, if they can't survive, how can we? I don't know. What do you think, Mark? Do you think
being dramatic? They were married for 30 years. I know. Like 27 years. That's a long fucking time.
People they'll never break up though. That's what you thought. But what do you think, Mark? Do you think that do you agree with Sabrina, or do you think that that a lot of times with schedule and work, you can't really have a marriage last?
I think this is only like a positive thing. 27 years is an absolute win. Most marriages don't last that long. I think that's like good enough. I think that's cool. If it didn't work out, that's also cool. You're both going to be rich. It seems pretty mutual. I see it's kind of just like, sometimes marriages don't work, and that's okay. It's better than like being in a shitty marriage. So it didn't work out, and that's okay. But 27 years is like a home run. I think that's good versus like, the typical Hollywood marriages that are just in and out.
Exactly.
I think it's okay.
This is how he feels about it right now, though.
Yeah.
This is how he feels. Yeah, you're right though, Mark. It really it's like it's really a beautiful thing.
He did the role.
I mean, maybe.
Oh man, I just lost half of my money in the divorce. I'll take a Wolverine role.
Oh, fuck off.
Maybe that's the piece.
Throw me back in there. I'll start eating those chicken again, and I'll start lifting the weights. Let's do this. It's chicken time. Yeah, sometimes people grow apart. You're right. Mark, that was very beautiful. You're right. It's like sometimes like you have something that lasted 27 years, celebrate that, like they're saying too, and not the fact that it broke apart. People go their own ways sometimes, and they actually have a couple lovely kids that they adopted. They brought a family into them. They gave them a place so they can call home. They have two people that are care for them, and they also had 27 beautiful years of marriage. So, and they seem like they enjoyed every moment of it. So it's just sad to hear.
They seemed very happy when they were together.
Yeah.
Like it's. It's unfortunate that I said on Friday too, like marriage used to be like until death, does you part, but that's really not a thing anymore. And it hasn't been for a long time, but for somebody who is a, huge Hollywood actor and could probably have, the pick of the litter, chose to stay with his wife and stay faithful and, be a father to his children, which a lot of people don't take that route, so I commend him for that. I don't obviously know what happened between it. But, it seems like it's an amicable thing. It's probably devastating for both of them. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. It's just, sometimes things just aren't going well. And at this point in your life and the kids are out of the house and like, if you want space, like, and that's what it is, then fine. Like, it's honestly, Hollywood like has really taken a toll on the marriage thing. Like as people get married for 2 years and get annulled or get divorced or, whatever the fuck. And it's like just a thing. And like people think that that's acceptable because that's what they see. And so like then it just like starts happening everywhere, and which is unfortunate because marriage used to be an institution that meant something, and now I feel like it just is kind of a thing that you do, and then you get divorced, like you break up, which I wish people would take more care with that type of a situation. In this case, that is not what this is.
Yeah.
They were together for a very, very long time, spent a lot of happy years together. I'm sure they're grateful for that. They're grateful for their kids, I'm sure. And like, so this is just, it is what it is. It's just a parting of ways at the moment.
It sucks. It sucks for the relationship.
Well, he can now finally get with Ryan Reynolds, so it's a happy ending. Everyone's happy.
Oh, there you go.
Dare you.
There you go.
Dare you.
There you go.
Power couple.
Dare you.
Two favorite people. Are you kidding me?
And they can have lots of Deadpool, Wolverine babies, and maybe that means we're gonna get a lot more Wolverine now because he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm available. I'm ready to work Marvel. I got, I'll sign that 10-picture deal, and I'll be Wolverine till I'm 85. Let's do it, and I'd be all about that. I could see him maybe he'll just dive into his work, and it might be good for him too to have that time just to dive into it and have fun with Ryan Reynolds in the bed together. What? Anyways.
It's like the divorced dad that's like dusting off the old motorcycle in the garage that he hasn't touched in 10 years. He's like, pick up my my hobbies again, and I'm gonna jump back into Wolverine. Let's bring it back.
He's like,
thank you.
He's okay, guys.
Giving us Wolverine.
I'll put the yellow suit back on now. I'll do it now. Yeah. I'll do it for you, Ryan, but only you. That's it.
He signed on to Wolverine a very long time ago, and this just happened. So let's just rein it in.
It's true.
Rein it in.
Yeah. But, for the fans, you're probably going to get a lot more Hugh Jackman out there. I just think you will. I think he'll be working his ass off now to just keep doing well. When we get a resolution from the strike, but that strike's not ending anytime soon. So, who knows? Who knows at that point, right?
Maybe.
It might be coming. It might be coming, Mark. It might be coming, but I'm excited about Wolverine. I'm excited about Hugh Jackman. I'm sorry that his marriage didn't work out, but again, I celebrate it like everybody else here because it is amazing. 27 years. You got to love that.
A long time.